Hello everyone, this is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
And today we have an army book review.
The Infernal Dwarves.
Version 1.3.4.
Yes.
From the 27th of January.
So this will be our first of the... we waited last for the short people.
Of the punishment.
Yes. The short people try harder, and it's proven by this and the other army book we have to do.
I'm dreading that other one.
Yeah.
We won't mention that one.
Yeah.
All right, the Infernal Dwarves. Moving through this, what do we have? We have army special rules. They are relentless. Infantry units can triple move.
That's basically
when marching instead of doubling it.
Yes.
Now this will be changing, as we already know, with the second edition rule set 2, because they're going to have the split the stat. So it's going to have a movement stat and a marching stat.
But it'll be the same thing, I'm sure. So they'll still
close to it.
So they'll still move march faster than
humans.
Than humans and
I would be very disappointed
other
if
folks.
that actually happens.
Yeah.
Humans and orcs and blah blah blah.
Exactly.
Yeah, skeletons and all other kind of creatures.
Well, the elves will still be an inch faster.
Yes, but you charge 2 inch further.
Yeah, there is that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Then they have the sturdy rule. Model with this rule has thunderous charge, and furthermore, it does not suffer to hit modifiers from taking a stand and shoot charge reaction.
Yeah. Okay. The Chosen of Ashrok. Automatically pass all.
That's Ashrok.
Ashrok. Whatever. You show me the pronunciation guide and I'll follow it.
You have to pronounce that first U.
Are you sure?
No, but it sounds good.
You automatically pass all fear tests, but still suffer a -1 from fear. All units without this become insignificant and cannot use the engineer rules on models without the Chosen of Ashrok.
Yes.
Rule. Okay.
Brings us to demonic or daemonic, as in Matt Damon.
You're back to Matt Damon again.
Matt Damon's infusion.
All right.
Okay. A model part with a special rule gains magical attacks. Not applicable to group. And any panic test it causes to the enemy units through 25% casualty suffer a -1 leadership modifier.
Yeah. Volcanic Embrace. All attacks by the model part. The special rule gain flaming attacks. In addition, in each round of combat, all enemy models in base contact with one or more models with this rule suffer a strength 4 hit with flaming attacks at initiative 0. This is a special close combat attack. This was toned down.
Slightly, yeah.
Because this used to be at initiative 10. Which meant that the elves came up and attacked you and all died before they swung.
Yeah. Now it's basically a way for infantry to get stomp attacks at a high strength.
It's a high strength stomp attack. You're
exactly
right.
what it is.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm not sure how they get those little feet up so high, but it's okay.
It's not stomping.
Yeah, I know.
They're flaming.
Yeah, they're flaming all right.
With your big hats?
Yeah, I got the big hats. If it was the big hat attack, I'd be okay. Knock you out with their large hat.
Just headbutt you with a giant
exactly. Hat. Unruly. Models with unruly suffer -1 leadership when rolling to restrain pursuit moves and frenzy tasks. In addition, if a unit is in horde formation and has more than half of its models unruly, when taking a panic test, roll 1 additional d6 and remove the highest d6. So this is for the orc and
slaves,
goblin slave guys, so it's basically unruly. Never understood why it's tied to horde formation, so if I'm in bus it doesn't affect me even though I've got as many guys, but okay.
It doesn't help you, it hurts you. You still take the penalty, you just don't get the benefit from it. Yeah. It's not on number of guys, it's exactly. How wide you are.
Exactly, it's how wide you are.
Yeah, you can have 50 guys in a bus or 10 guys wide.
Yeah.
And you're better off being 10 guys wide.
Yeah, for the rule at least.
All right, Opportunist. When fighting an enemy unit in the enemy's flank or rear, model parts on foot with this special rule gain +1 to hit modifier as long as their unit is not also attacked in the flank or rear. Okay.
This is for the hobgoblins.
Yeah, it used to apply to their mounted guys.
Oh, for this rule set, yeah.
Yep.
So this army has a good number of special rules. I'd argue some of them are unnecessary, but okay.
Yeah. And that brings us to the armory.
Yes.
We have the Infernal Weapon. We don't know what it is. It's just a weapon.
Yes.
It's a close combat weapon,
That
so we're
darn
getting closer.
infernal weapon. I think you hear that in westerns.
And you can use it with one hand, so it's a hand weapon.
Yes.
Attacks with the Infernal Weapons gain +1 strength and magical attacks. That's a magic item. Holy crap.
It's really nice.
Okay.
I'm not sure why Aquitaine can't have something like that
They do.
as a magic weapon.
Ah.
The, infernal armor. Plate armor. Speaking of Aquitaine, the wearer gains the wearer gains a 5-up ward save against flaming attacks.
Okay, I'll give a break on this one. Dwarves are supposed to be.
I don't mind it actually.
You're just trying to make your point, aren't you?
Yes.
All right, Flintlock Axe. It's a shooting weapon with a range of 18, strength 4, AP 1, and it counts halberd in close combat.
So +1 strength
Ooh.
in close combat. So it means you have to use 2 hands to use it. So you get the bonus of having a nice close combat weapon, and you shoot well.
Yep.
The range is slightly close, but
I'm sure it's properly, appropriately costed.
yeah.
We'll see.
Brings us to the classic weapon, probably the worst one to take. Unfortunately, I think I have 50 of them painted. This is the blunderbuss. Shooting weapon, range 12, strength 4, quick to fire. It has the wall of lead. When firing this weapon in the shooting phase, a player may choose to use it in the following way. Instead of firing it normally, range 8, strength 4, reload. Do not calculate the number of shots as normal. Instead, basically you measure out from your flank line straight ahead. And all of the models within your line of sight are potential targets. Roll a d6 for each model. Disregard any. I'm sorry. This is not a to-hit roll. Disregard any. On a roll of 6, the model suffers a hit. Add a +1 for each full rank in the shooting unit after the first. If any friendly unit or unit engaging close in combat is a potential target, then the ability cannot be used. A shooting attack may be used even if the unit has march, so that's nice. So you can march and shoot. Basically, you put down a template. It's kind of
And then
ways back to olden times.
And a 6-up, anything under that template is hit.
Correct. And as you add ranks, so if you're 2 ranks deep, it becomes a 5-up. 3 ranks deep, it's a 4-up.
Yep.
So on and so forth. But the range is very short.
And only 8 inches.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's standard shooting. The 12 inches it's quick to fire, so you have that at least, but it's not too much of a range.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Is this better? I guess if you can do it, it hits the whole unit and you can really thump them, I guess. But
it might hit the whole
it's only going to
unit.
hit half the unit because you're not going to have 4 ranks of this stuff, are you?
Well, they're kind of pushing you to rank these guys up, and they don't fight as well as you'll see the guy with the flintlock axe. So I think this. Unfortunately, I said to me this is like the weapon for this army, but it's statistically I don't think it's a good weapon.
Okay.
Which pains me greatly.
Because you have so many of them.
Because I have so many of them.
Brings us to the magical items, and they have magical weapons. They have the Onyx Hammer. For 110 points, it's a hand weapon, and attacks made with this weapon gain +2 strength. Attacks made with this weapon have multiple wounds D3 against models which are flammable. That seems like that's a rare case when that would come into play, doesn't it?
It would for most armies.
110 points for basically a great weapon that actually is not for an ogre blade.
It's an ogre blade that has a chance to give you
D3 wounds.
Multiple wounds.
Not a chance. It does.
Yeah.
I mean, because whoever carries that wears something else somewhere else down here.
So then we have the Blade of Burning Steel. 50 points, another hand weapon. Attacks made with this weapon gain armor piercing 1. So there's your razor blade.
Okay. 1
use only. May be activated at the start of any round of combat for the duration of the phase. Attacks made with this weapon gain metal shifting.
Okay. That's not bad for a 1-use item. I like it. I kind of like it.
Yeah, not bad.
It's fairly cheap, right?
Fairly, I suppose. I don't like 1-use things.
Yeah, I know. But
especially for a weapon which you kind of need for your guys. So
that brings us to magical armor. We have the Mask of the Furnace for 60 points. It's a type of none, so it's basically just +1 armor. The wearer gains Fireborn and a breath weapon.
So 2 on board save against flaming attacks, and he gets a breath weapon of strength 3.
So the helmet, I think, is what, 30 points for the one in the
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So you're paying 30 points for a strength 3 flaming breath weapon.
Yeah.
That's actually not bad at all. I would pay 30 points every time for a strength 3 flaming breath weapon.
It's not bad. I mean, it's also a way to get your armor save up. So it gives you access to an extra helm. There aren't that many in the game in the common list. Brings us to talismans. Ring of Desiccation, 70 points. Models on foot only. All enemy units in base contact with the bear's model are flammable.
This would be a good combination with something.
I couldn't imagine somebody playing this with the Onyx Hammer.
No, I don't see why.
Yeah.
That brings us to Steel Skin. Attacks against the wearer with lethal strikes and or poison attacks lose these special rules. That's actually really nice.
30 points, not much.
No, I think it's fairly priced for what it is. It's a good item.
Yeah, something I should think about taking at that points.
Yeah.
Brings us to the enchanted items. We have the Vial of Mercury, 90 points, 1 use only. May be activated at the start of any round of combat. The bearer's unit gains lightning reflexes and +2 initiative. So basically it's probably going to push him to a 4 until the end of the phase. Of course, if half your guys have like axes and stuff, doesn't help you.
Well, the big thing is it lets your big heroes and lords with their great weapons fight at initiative. Even better than their own initiative. Because of the lightning reflexes.
What is if you have a great weapon, you're always initiative 10?
What?
If you have a great weapon, you're always initiative 10?
10?
Oh, 0, I mean.
You are, but lightning reflexes cancels that.
Oh, that's true.
Instead of getting the +1, you go at your initiative.
Yeah.
This bumps you up to
initiative
2. That's the trick with this item.
Yeah.
Anyway.
After all effects triggered at the start of the round of combat have been resolved, step 2, blah, blah, blah. Each mob with flaming attacks in the bear's unit suffers 1 strength 6 hit. That could be bad. When the effects end, the bear's model suffers 1 wound with no saves of any kind.
Correct.
Allowed. So this is a 1-turn boost to a unit, and your character, you have to make sure you're not flaming, which a lot of the guys will end up being for different reasons in this army, so this could be a little tricky.
Yeah, just got to watch where you're playing it.
Yep.
The Gauntlets of Madzob. The wearer gains +1 strength. Each to hit roll of 1 by the wearer is resolved against the wearer's unit. This can never hit the wearer itself unless the wearer is mounted and not part of a combined unit. Okay. So if he's mounted, he can hit himself. Is that the way you're reading that?
Unless the wearer is mounted, yes.
Okay, so if he's mounted, he hits himself. Otherwise, he just beats on the unit.
I guess he hits the mount.
So that is really dirt cheap for a +1 strength.
Yeah.
But a 1 in 6 times you hit a guy in your unit. Okay.
Yeah, I would put the guys not in
a
unit.
Guys are usually fairly pricey though,
so that could hurt. Guys flying on a beastie or +1 strength's a big deal to get. Not coming from a magic item.
It is.
So basically...
Wow, I didn't even think about that. That is not a weapon, is it?
Yeah, you're 5 before you even pick your weapon. So...
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can combine this with like that Onyx Hammer and be +3 strength.
Yeah, or you can combine it with the... that blade which gives you 6 attacks?
Yes, you can.
And this one, it's like... Yeah.
Okay. Huh, that's nice. Back to you, right?
I don't remember. We'll say so. I think you just didn't like the name.
I just didn't like the name, so it's your turn.
Mechanism. That sounds obscene. 40 points. It's an arcane item. When the bearer successfully casts a non-attribute spell from Pyromancy, choose a Kadim Incarnate or Kadim Titan within 8 inches of the bearer. If the unit is solely composed of Kadim incarnates, it recovers D3 wounds. If it is a Kadim Titan, it recovers 1 wound. No unit may be affected by this effect more than, that's annoying, once per magic phase.
Scholastic has an army with an 18. It's actually pretty good if you're playing that Kadim Titan.
Even if you're playing the incarnates.
Incarnates, you're getting a couple wounds back.
It's actually very nice. The only downside is coming out of your arcane slot, you know. So you have to make a decision. But if you're playing with those guys, this may actually be a contender for an arcane slot, I think.
Then we have magical standards. The Banner of the Brazen Bull.
We have no standards.
That you know if you watch this for any length of time.
Yes.
This is for infantry only. The Bearer's unit has Vanguard. Units within 12 of the Bearer and with more than half of its models with Unruly may reroll failed panic checks. Okay. All right. So you're paying 80 points for Vanguard, basically.
Yeah. And you get a reroll for panic checks. So it's like a
for your slave units.
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I guess if you're playing that army, it's a lot of points, though. Brings us to the banner.
Well, the problem is your Vanguard, and to take advantage of your Vanguard, you're moving 12 inches at the start of the game. So are you going to be within 12 inches of your units that are not Vanguarding?
Maybe not the beginning.
Anyway.
So brings us to the banner of Nezib Kesh. All special close combat attacks against the bearer's unit suffer -1 strength.
That's fantastic.
That's really good for 50 points.
It is.
That's really good.
Lances
for 50
are only +1. Great weapons are +1.
Your guys
halberds are 0.
Most of your guys are T4.
Yep. This is really fantastic for 50 points. Actually, this is way undercosted.
That's way undercosted, yeah.
But
as far as the overall magic items,
they've got some good ones.
Yeah, I think almost all of them are useful.
They are.
Don't like the Brazen Bull banner. I'm not a...
Oh, yeah, Brazen Bull I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, that one I think is bad. The one use only, I don't particularly tend to like that stuff unless it's like super cheap. But I can see how the Vial of Mercury is for that one big strike that you need.
Yes. It's a nice effect.
Yeah. But you're giving up a lot of a big magic slot to get that.
You are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 90 points, half your allotment if you're a lord.
If you're a lord, and almost all of them if you're a
correct
hero level.
I mean, then there's nothing for 10, I don't think, anymore.
No, there's only a couple things, yeah.
I think even the Potion of Speed is 20.
So yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, they're good magic items, except, like I said, I'm not a fan of this banner, but other than that...
Yeah. And I think the other banner's a little undercost. But otherwise, they're actually, interesting.
Yeah, this one should be at least 80.
Yeah, I think then we got the prices backwards.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Anyway, army organization.
Yeah, so they have 40% character, which is normal, at least 25% for core, no special, Hail of the Gods, which is their shooting name, 30%, Barrage, which is their War Machines, yes. 20%, and then Bound and Binders, which is their monsters and flamey dudes, and some other things, is 35%.
Bound and Binders, okay. So let's move on. We got the characters. We have the Lords of Fire. Ooh.
Are they better than the Lords of the Dance?
They are.
Okay.
Because they don't dance.
Because they got far.
You have 3 types: an Overlord, a Chosen Lugar, and a Vizier. The Overlord's weapon skill 7, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, tough 5, 3 wounds, 4 initiative, 4 attacks, and a 10 leadership. The Lugar guy loses a weapon skill and a leadership and initiative, I guess, and an attack.
Yeah, he's basically a hero.
A big hero. And the
he's
Vizier
exactly the same as the Vizier.
Is exactly the same. Yep.
I thought the Germans invented the Luger.
Apparently
obviously they copied it from the Infernal Dwarves.
The Infernal Dwarves came up with the Luger. They all have relentless, sturdy, and they're chosen of Ashruk. The Overlord is 280 points. He comes with infernal armor. He has Fan the Flames. The Overlord and all model parts in the same unit except mounts gain hatred. That just looks weird. All model parts except mounts gain hatred. So basically his unit gains hatred.
Yes.
You're paying 130 points for what? An attack, an initiative, a leadership, and a weapon skill plus hatred. That's actually not bad. No. Actually, you're only paying what? 110 points for it because you're going over what?
You have to go from the Vizier.
Vizier. Okay, so you're paying 130. All right.
Yeah, so another army they can get rerolls. Okay.
So yes, exactly. The Chosen of Lugar is demonic possession. See Disciples of Lugar unit. Okay. He's unbreakable. He's otherworldly. He's fireborn with a volcanic embrace.
And he's got the free attack, the stomp light attack. And but he loses his infernal armor, which is plate armor.
He does. That's a good point. You can become, the Vizier can become the standard bearer. Magic items, he can take up to 250 for the Overlord and up to 150 for the other characters.
Yes.
Well, that's because they're not very tough on their own. Oh wait, they're toughness 5, aren't they?
And they already come with plate armor.
Oh wait, they come with plate armor and their leadership 10.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why they need the extra 50 points.
That's why they need to have more magic.
Okay.
And almost every other troop army in the book.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. Well, since the dwarves have so much armor, they had to have these guys had to have even more. Magic. So magic, I meant. So yeah.
So you can take a shield for 6 or 4. Take a pistol. You can take the flintlock axe, which was the halberd / shooter.
Yes.
Shooting attack. A great weapon for 30. This guy, the chosen guy, can take that one. That's the only option he has. An infernal weapon for 40 or 30, a bull of Shamut for 280 or 300, and a great bull of Shamut for 500. Riders count towards characters. Additionally, these mount count towards bound and binders. Well, Chosen Lugar can only use magic armor
with a type of
none. So they can only use helmets and
things of that nature. But they actually allow. So usually, if you can't take it, you can't take anything. So
that is correct.
So they have a bonus basically. They can't take it, but they can.
Yeah, but you're getting a 6-up armor. But I guess you get that piece of equipment though.
Yes.
Which makes you...
Well, it helps you use up all those points that you have to burn.
Yeah, you got to do something to get this.
I mean, how many points you can use on a mega weapon and all things.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, that weapon up there, that
and a +1 armor save when you already have plate is not too shabby.
I mean, that Onyx hammer is 110 points. You got to leave room in this to wear that and the Ring of Desiccation, and have room for something for a save, right?
Well, I'm just thinking about for a hero, because he's 110 points, so you need to have some points left over, because 110 is...
The hero's not touching that weapon, right? Overlord's got that.
Of course.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's not necessary.
Not necessary.
We'll go with that.
That's the good way to put it. Okay, Prophet. Single stat line. This is basically their wizard. So standard dwarf line, movement 3, weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 4, strength 4. However, toughness 5.
It's really good for a wizard.
Absolutely. 3 wounds, initiative 2, only 2 attacks, but which is good for a wizard, and leadership 9. So you could actually use this guy as a general if you want him to, because you still end up with 9.
He does cost much more than a normal wizard.
Yeah.
Normally they're at 160, 180 range. Right?
Yeah. So he has, and I think this kind of goes to the old fluff also. They used to...
He does have infernal armor.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. They used to... in the old Chaos Dwarves, the wizards start turning into golems, so they were start turning into stone for using the magic. So toughness 5, I guess, links to that kind of old fluff. So, yes,
it's important to keep the old fluff.
Yeah, exactly, because this is
because that's an IP problem, right?
Yeah, exactly. So infernal armor. So yes, he's got plate armor. He's relentless, sturdy, and he's a chosen of Asheruk. Okay, or you can get him as an engineer.
Okay.
So as he gets the engineer rule. He's only 180 points. But you can also upgrade him to a wizard apprentice or wizard master, so he can be an engineer and a mage.
Yeah, but it costs you a little bit more.
So it does cost you more.
It costs you
yes.
20 points more.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you lose the armor though.
What's that?
Oh no, never mind. No, you don't.
I don't think you do.
Profits count towards characters as normal. Additionally, the engineer upgrade counts towards Barrage. Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'll see that in
Yeah.
the Empire. We saw that in the Empire
Yeah,
Sunstall.
it's just annoying. It's bad enough when the figure does, when pieces of the figure do. It just makes it that much more complicated. Okay, Infernal, said all that already. Options. He can take magic items up to 100 if he is an engineer or a wizard apprentice. He can take up to 200 if he's a wizard master. So I guess what they're saying is if he's an engineer without the wizard upgrade, he still can take 100. If he's an engineer with the wizard master upgrade, he can take 200.
I think that's what that means.
And if he's just a wizard apprentice or an engineer with a wizard apprentice, he can take 100.
Right.
That's how I'm reading that, yes.
Yeah, looks about right.
Okay, then you can have flintlock axe, so shooting axe, a shooting halberd, or the infernal weapon, which is the +1 sword. May take a mount. He can take the bull of Shamut. I think it should be Shamut of the bull. The wizard master only. Yes, 280 points. Or he can take a temple Lamassu, 370 points. Bulls of Shamut and temple Lamassus and their riders count towards characters. Additionally, these mounts cannot count towards bound in binders.
Okay.
Binders just sounds odd.
It does sound kind of weird.
So this is just a regular bull of Shamut, not the big one.
Not the great bull of Schmut.
Right.
Of Schmut.
Schmut.
That's okay. Its new name.
And then so if he gets upgraded wizards, he can take alchemy, pyromancy, or occultism. So he gets an option of 3 different lores, which is
it's kind of standard.
Nice. Well, some armies have 2 different wizards. They only have 2 each, which kind of blows when you have that limitation because you don't really have 3 or 4. You have like half because what's the chance of you taking multiple wizards at the cost of characters in 9th Age?
Right.
You know, it's hard enough to fit a wizard in, much less take multiples of them. Okay. And a normal spell upgrades. So alchemy and pyromancy.
Both really good lores.
Are good lores that work well with this army.
Yep.
So
yeah, well, the alchemy attribute makes you flammable.
Exactly.
Which, if you noticed. There seems to be flammable in this.
It'll get more...
I think it's your turn to go with the character, right?
Okay. A Talrook Subjugator, 320 points.
I just wanted to avoid the name again.
You're making me do the long stuff and the funky names. What the hell?
It's working great for me so far.
So these are basically the centaurish looking guys. The movement 7, weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 4, strength 5, toughness 5, 4 wounds, initiative 4, 4 attacks, leadership 9. He's on a 50 by 75 base. So monstrous cat base. He counts as monstrous beast. Not monstrous cat, monstrous beast. Infernal armor and also innate defense 6. So he starts off with a 3-up.
Yep.
He's a chosen of Asher Turk. He's got thunderous charge.
It's only +1 strength.
It's only +1 strength for 4 attacks. So he's strength 6 without any special weapons. He can be a battle standard bearer. And he can take magic items, but only up to 100. So he's a scrub compared to the other guys. He's limited to he's like everybody else.
Well, you don't need any magic items because you got paired weapons, which gives you +1 initiative and +1 attack.
Yeah. May take any of the following. He can take a shield, so he can get his armor up to 2 if he wants. And then he can take a regular weapon, paired weapons, to your point. He can get up his attack and his strength. Take a light lance. If you're a monstrous beast, can you use a light lance?
Yeah, why not?
I thought you had to be cavalry to get the...
Oh, good point. I guess so.
I thought monstrous beast counted.
Based on this, you can.
Yeah, I didn't think you could do it, but I guess you can. or you can buy it, but you can't use it.
You can buy it, but you can't use it. Sorry, you can't use that land.
Yeah, sorry
Damn
about
it.
that. Yeah. Great weapon for that's
For pole
ridiculous.
vaulting over ditches.
Yes, exactly. Would you rather have a great weapon, or would you rather have the paired weapons?
Since I'm already strength 5 and I get +1 strength on the charge, I think I'll go with the extra attack and
Yeah.
my initiative 5.
If I'm not going magic, I don't understand why the great weapon is once again
More.
twice as much.
Right.
Initiative 5 or initiative 0.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, strength 6 or strength 8.
Yeah, with the extra
Strength 8
strength.
means you can punish a...
You can hurt most anything, no question.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I understand. Hobgoblin Chieftain, for 70 points. That is a dirt cheap guy. It's a goblin.
Only 5 of them.
Weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, toughness 4, 2 wounds, 4 initiative, 3 attacks, and 7 leadership. He's opportunistic and he's unruly. He is
Right.
not a leader.
Yes.
He can take up to 50 points of magic items. Oh, that's low. He can take a shield or light armor because he's got none of that to come with.
Yeah.
He takes a throwing weapon. He can take throwing weapons and a bow, paired weapons, light lance, great weapon, wolf mount, and backstabber. Backstabber. You can choose one of the following: wolf mount. Choose one of the following, or backstabber. Character gains backstabber rule. Before the game begins, choose a unit of 25 or fewer hobgoblin backstabbers. The character and this unit gain ambush, and the character must be deployed with the unit. Huh. Okay. So for 50 points, you give a unit ambush.
Yes.
But your only leadership 7.
Yeah.
So that's very vulnerable.
Yes.
And he gets the wolf he gets, of course, is mounts protection 6 and fast calf.
Mm-hmm. Movement 9.
It does movement 9.
So,
Goblin wolf, basically.
yeah, if you take this guy, you put him on the wolf.
Yeah, I don't think you're doing the backstabber
No,
thing.
you're not doing the backstabber thing.
I mean, it's nice to have that unit ambush, but
Yeah, but you can shoot everybody off the table with your war machines. You don't need
yeah, exactly.
ambushers.
Character mounts.
The Bull of Shamut. 0-2 per army. Counts towards characters. Additionally, the mount counts towards bound and binders. It flies 8, moves on the ground 6, weapon skill 5, strength 5, toughness 5, 4 wounds, initiative 3, 4 attacks. Leadership doesn't matter. It's got Fireborn. It's got Volcanic Embrace. It gets extra attack. It counts as magical attacks. It does have Towering Presence, though, for a monstrous beast on a 50 by 50.
That's okay. My
And
wyvern has that.
yeah, and it's also got impact hits 1.
Okay, so strength 5 impact hit
Right.
because that's not effective. He doesn't have it anyway. Okay.
So I mean, you can armor up your guy. So it doesn't give an additional armor save.
It is not helping his armor.
Yeah.
Correct. Then we go to the Greater Bull of Shamut. Movement 6, 7 if he
A
flies.
little slower.
Weapon skill 5, strength 6, tough 6, wound 6. Oof. 3 initiative, 4 attacks.
It's almost a
leadership
dragon.
6. It's close, isn't it?
It is.
His attacks are low for a dragon.
Yeah.
He has an innate defense of 5.
Oh.
He is fireborn. He has volcanic embrace, magic attacks, fly 7, breath weapon, strength 4 flaming.
That's nice.
That's really nice if you're so. And, the unit you're breathing on will probably be flammable.
Yes.
He has a 5-up ward save and 1 impact hit of strength 6.
So he's got the embrace and an impact hit.
Correct. It's really nice. So does this guy.
Yep. And
So you've got an impact hit, a stomp, and this guy, I assume, is a monster. So he has a thunder stomp
yep.
in addition to his embrace.
And he's a 5-up, 5-up
And he's going to be in contact with quite a few guys.
with that big base. Turn him sideways.
He's only 60 by 100, yeah. Expose your flank.
Exactly. I want to maximize the burn. Feel the burn.
Feel the burn.
Yeah. The guy on top's going to be like leadership 10. So
That's true.
yeah. Okay. Brings us to the Temple Lamassu. Only 1 per army, like the
The Great Bull.
Great Bull. That's a bunch of bull.
Bunch of bull.
Yeah. That should be the bunch of bull Shelmet would be better. Okay, so characters count. The mount and its rider count towards characters. Additionally, the mount counts towards bound and binders. Okay, whatever. 6 on the ground, 8 in the air, so it's relatively fast for a monster flying. Only weapon skill 3 though. Strength 5, toughness 5, 4 wounds, initiative 2, 2 attacks, 8. So clearly it's not for fighting.
No.
Okay, fly, magic resistance 2, causes fear though. Oh, that's interesting. The Great Bull doesn't cause fear, does it?
It's a
Oh, it's a
monster.
monster, so never mind. It counts as terror. The magic attacks. It's got a ward save of 5 also. It's another towering presence. I was on a 50 by 50. It's got a breath weapon, same strength 4, but it's magical attacks.
Rather than flaming.
Yeah, it's magical attacks instead of flaming. And it's got the aura of unbinding. Any magical weapon wielded by models, friend or foe, in base contact with a Lamassu will become a mundane weapon of the same type. This effect lasts for as long as the model remains in base contact. Character riding Lamassu is unaffected.
Huh. What were you saying about this not being a fighting monster?
It's still not a fighting monster. The guy on the back might be.
There you go. Thank you.
But I think only a wizard can take it, right? So. And it's also a wizard apprentice. And it gets...
one spell from witchcraft?
Yes. And it may add an additional spell.
Okay.
From witchcraft.
That's actually kind of nice, because that witchcraft attribute is the +1 or -1 to movement.
I like witchcraft. I'm not sure it's the best
I don't think it is, but...
path for this army.
But this little bonus thing is kind of nice, though.
Yeah. It can be, yeah.
That brings us to core, and we have the Infernal Warriors. For 130 points, you get 10 of them. And you can add up to 30 more for 14 points a model. These are dwarves. Movement 3, weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 3, strength 3, tough 4, 1 wound, 2 initiative, 1 attack, leadership 9.
So straight dwarf line, stat line.
So they come with heavy armor, and they're relentless, sturdy, and chosen of Asheruk. They're a scoring unit. They can take a shield for 2 points.
So the regular guys get chosen of Asheruk?
Yeah, all of them are chosen of Asheruk. All the... Yeah. That's just the one. That doesn't do much for you, right?
So the Thunder's Charge, right?
Yeah, just like the other dwarves.
Yeah.
Why not? They're small and they're small, and they only move 3. That's why it should be Thunderous Charge as opposed to like a horse.
I guess so. Yes.
Okay.
Horses,
anyway,
yeah.
They can take a weapon. They can have a great weapon for 6 or a blunderbuss for 1. Well, there you go. That wonderful blunderbuss only costs you a point a model.
Yeah.
But you can only take 1 choice of those. You can standard unit up, command upgrades.
Yeah, the usual.
And if you take a blunderbuss, you count towards the Hail of God
category. So yes.
Okay. So these are your standard troopers.
Right.
But
which you probably won't see in a game.
Which you're not going to take because you go on to the next unit.
Because these guys, and what was the points difference again? You got 190 versus
points.
130, yeah. Okay, so we have, these guys do cost, additional guys cost a lot more.
10 points more guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, this is a Citadel Guard, 10 points, 10 models for 190 points. Additional models are up to 20 more for 24 points. You get Infernal Armor, you get a shield, so 3 up armor save. They're relentless, they're sturdy, they're also the chosen of Asheruk, so you're a 5 on your charge. Scoring.
Yeah.
You may take a flintlock axe, but you're limited to 20 models per unit. Well, at least there's that. At 10 points per model.
It's pricey.
Yes.
But it is a halberd in combat, too.
Yes,
right?
it is a halberd in combat, which makes you a strength 5, I guess, or strength 6.
You can hold on to that 2 initiative that way.
Exactly. May upgrade one with following, blah, blah, straight through. So, well, that's interesting because the only option you have is hand weapon and shield.
Or
with a lot of
halberd
armor.
And shield.
Or halberd and the shield doesn't help you
attack.
In close combat for strength 5. Or you can take the guys above with great weapons, of course, and they're also strength 5. But they only have heavy armor, so they only have a 5 up armor save.
These guys up top come in with a 5 up armor save. And these guys for 60 points more, for basically 6 points a model, get a 3-up armor save for 6
Yeah.
points a model, which is, to me, a no-brainer.
Yeah, it
6
is.
points a model, you get that. That's if you take the minimum size. Now, I guess the additional models cost 10 points. 10 points more per model.
Yeah.
So they're more pricey.
So
but
5, and you're only limited to 20 if you take the
total of 30, yeah.
if you take the axe.
Oh, 30 if you take 20 if you take the axe.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you're going to do in all cases. Depends on what else you take.
Depends what you get, because you basically, these guys would just be holding your character grind if you go with these guys. So yeah, that'd be interesting. But I mean, in all fairness, if the blunderbuss was better, I guess.
Yeah, you'd take the other guys for the blunderbuss.
Yeah, I mean, I would take it just because I have blunderbuss guys. But
it brings us to Hobgoblins for 110 points.
Oh, these are actually in the core. Why not?
They are. 20 models for 110 points. That's really cheap. Can add up to 30 models for 8 points a model. They have light armor. They're opportunistic and unruly. And they're scoring units.
So they're basically goblins with a better initiative.
They are, with one better initiative.
Yeah.
Strength 3, tough 3, 1
or night goblins
leadership.
with better leadership, however you want to.
Whichever way you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Must take one of the following. At least one of the following. Bows for 2 points a model, but you can only have up to 3 units equipped per army. That's odd. So these guys can actually have 150 bows.
Yeah.
3 units of 50. Most are capped at 100.
And they don't count towards the shooting category.
The shooty whatever category? Correct.
Yeah.
But like I said, most are capped at 100.
If they're capped, yes.
Most are capped. Orcs aren't. Goblins are.
Yeah.
Shield for 2 points a model. Spear and shield for 3 points. And backstabbers for 4. Backstabbers replace all weapons with armor with paired weapons and gain poison attacks. Okay.
The old sneaky gets.
Standard model upgrades. There's your cap. 0 to 100 models per army.
There you go.
That does it. Okay. Oh, of the bows. So it is capped at 100. Sorry, I missed the bottom. Didn't get to the bottom part yet.
Yeah.
So it does cap you at 100 like every other thing. Good.
Yes. So basically, they're slightly better goblins, but you're paying a little bit more for the weapons options.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brings us to the Orc Slaves, 120 points for 20. So they're cheap orcs. And they may add an additional 30 models at 12 points per model.
The initials cost you 6 points apiece.
Yes.
And then it doubles on the next 30.
Yeah,
wow.
does, yeah. So
that's a stiff increase.
Yeah, it is. For something that, it's kind of backwards.
Ranks, yes.
Movement 4, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 3, strength 3, toughness 4, 1 wound, 2 initiative. The 1 attack, leadership down to 5. Why is my phone going off?
Chai Hammer's ambulance.
Yeah. No, that's my dog next door. Yeah. Okay. Where was I?
You were going over your initiative 2 that
Yes,
you were giving
initiative 2. So they come with light armor. They're unruly, they're insignificant, but they don't get the what's the rule? The +1 strength. First round of combat. The elf, the choppa rule.
They got it right there. Born to fight.
Oh, it is there. Never mind. It's buried down.
They
here.
are low leadership.
They're low leadership. Yeah, there's Born to Fight. You're right. +1 strength in the first round of combat. Okay, slaves at the end of any phase. If there are no models with the chosen of Asherak or opportunist special rules on the battlefield, immediately remove all Orc Slave units within the game as casualties. Oh, they even count as casualties.
Correct.
So this basically means they don't want you to play with a slave army.
Correct. That's what they're preventing as a mostly slave army.
Yes. If there are no units with the chosen of Asherak or opportunist special rule within 6 inches of the Orc Slaves unit at the start of any friendly player turn, the Orc Slaves unit is not engaged in combat or fleeing, roll a d6. When the 2 Orc Slaves immediately flees towards the nearest table edge, 3 to 4 Orc Slaves unit cannot move in the player's turn, and 5 or 6 the orcs behave normally.
It's kind of curious. They don't say it, but I guess it's assumed that this is just kind of like a panic, and you can rally the next turn.
It says fleas.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Can you scroll back up again?
No.
So.
What are you looking for? How far?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just checking the points variability between goblins and
It's only 10 points more for orcs, but goblins actually have higher leadership
yes, they do in higher initiative.
in this case.
Not as strong. Yeah, no, that's a lot of negative rules for you to take these orc slaves.
It is.
And they get
If they hang out with the chosen of any of the the Infernal Dwarf units,
if you keep your dwarf units in close proximity,
then it's fine.
it's okay, but that requires you to do that, and they're not that cheap.
Yes, they're pretty cheap for 20 models. Anyway,
For 20, but 20 is not nothing,
20's a good block of guys to get in somebody's way.
Yeah,
Anyway,
there's other things to get. Yeah, I'm not liking this unit.
okay, I am for 120 points.
I'd rather have the guys above. I think a little more
Reliable.
reliable. Yeah.
All right, that brings us to special.
If I happen to have the points that I'm not burning on, I think one decent sized unit of those of the Infernal Dwarf infantry takes care of your core points anyway.
Well, you need you need scoring units. So.
Yes.
Well, here's another scoring unit.
Yeah.
Immortals for 300 points for 15, and up to 15 more for 28 points a model. Their movement 3, they have weapon skill 5.
Yep.
So this is your elites. Ballistic skill 3, strength 4, tough 4, 1 wound, 2 initiative, 1 attack, a leadership 9. They come with infernal armor for a 4 armor. They have great weapons. They are relentless, sturdy, and chosen. They have the bodyguard rule, and they are scoring.
Yes.
They have the blessing of Nebuchadnezzar, Nezebkesh. All special close combat attacks against the model with this special rule are at half strength. All special... Okay, so stomps and impacts are all at half strength.
Right.
They can take a shield for 2 points a model. They can replace great weapon with an infernal weapon free.
Oh, it's free.
Well, you want to hang on to your initiative 2, you can go down to strength 1.
Well, it's for the yeah.
Standard command upgrades, and they can take a 100-point magical standard. Okay. You guys are pretty good.
So if they get the infernal weapon in the shield, that's
3 up.
a 3 up. So the equivalent of the other guys. How do they point up? 28 points
more.
a guy, and the other guys were how much?
The chosen guys,
Yeah.
whatever they call them,
Citadel
Citadel Guard, 24.
Okay.
The initial chunk is a lot cheaper
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I mean, 110 points cheaper for the initial
Right.
10. Right? But these have 15. So that puts them right about the same, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the base coins. But you have to pay for the extra 2 points so 30
For the
versus
shield.
24.
Right.
So it ends up being about 6 points a model to get that special rule
You get the special rule and weapon skill 5,
in weapon skill 5.
which is, pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But you come with a great weapon. So
Yeah, the other guys can have the gray weapon. I think I still like the other guys better because they're coming out of core.
right.
Brings us to the Torek. 160 points for 5 models. May add up to 10 more for 28 points. Oh, they're actually really inexpensive. There's a reason for that. Their movement 7, weapon skills 4, plus skill 3, strength 4, toughness 4, 1 wound, initiative 2, 2 attacks, and leadership 9. They're on a 25 by 50 cav base. They count as war beasts. They have heavy armor and 8 defense 6, so they're they're a 4 up armor save.
Okay.
They get Thunder's Charge, so they're +1 on a charge, and they're also chosen of Asheruk. They have special rules, half bull. I call BS on that, so they only get half BS. They get stomp hit. Stomp hits can never be distributed onto a model with this special rule. So
Okay.
so they can't be.
So these are centaur-like guys, right?
Yeah, basically. These are the old
Bull centaurs.
the old Chaos Dwarf ones that back in the Big Hat days.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Before they got huge.
Before they came out from Forge World, which is the next unit. Okay, you can give them a shield to get your armor save up, which you're going to do. They can take a light lance, paired weapons, or a great weapon.
Light lance makes you strength 7 on the charge, 6 on the charge.
Strength 6 on the charge.
But the paired weapons gives you strength 5 on the charge and an extra attack and initiative.
Yeah. But
you lose your shield then. Okay.
Correct. This unit's not very good.
It's fairly cheap though.
They're relative. I mean, you're paying elite infantry points for it.
Yeah, it's got 2 attacks already, so that's okay for a cost, I think.
Yeah.
Because it gives you some movement with movement 7. You don't have to worry about dangerous terrain because you're a war beast.
It's just
I'm actually kind of liking them.
Yeah.
But that brings us to the Turok Anointed for 360 points for 3.
Yes.
These are monstrous beasts. You can add up to 4 models at 120 points a model. You can only have 5 of these units in your army. They are movement 7, weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 3, strength 5, tough 5.
Yes.
3 wounds apiece, 3 initiative, 3 attacks, and a 9 leadership.
Yes.
Okay. It's bugging me. All right. Heavy armor, innate defense 6, thunderous charge, chosen of Asheruk, scoring. You can take a shield for 12 points a model. They can take a light lance for 6, paired weapons for 6, great weapon for 20, and standard command upgrades.
And the magic standard also.
Now, this is another one where these guys are initiative 2.
Mm-hmm.
These guys, they gave them the bump in initiative so that when you take the paired weapons, it bumps them to 4.
So they're faster than all
humans. So
humans.
they're faster than all humans. Correct. That's where anyway. Not a fan of that. But anyway.
But the unit's fantastic.
The unit is fantastic. So your strength 6 on the charge.
Yes, and you can give them paired weapons.
Take the paired weapons.
You never give them great weapons at 20 points each.
So now you got 4 attacks each at initiative 4.
Yep.
So once again, you're going first. You are only a 4-up armor if you do that.
In close
but
combat.
You're tough 5.
But you're tough enough 5 to compensate for it.
Yes. So that's really good because humans again are probably going to need 6s to wound you.
Yep.
Anyway, nice unit.
That is all monstrous cav are very powerful in the game.
In the game, monstrous cav, monstrous infantry are kind of dominating
they're the best things in the game
at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Keep saying it. I always read this as an infantry game, but I don't see it.
No, it's not. It's a monstrous infantry.
It's a monstrous infantry, monstrous cav game. Yep. Hobgoblin Wolf Riders, 130 points for 5 of them. 65 old points.
Mm-hmm.
Made out of 10 models for 20 points per model.
Okay.
So, same stat line as the Hobgoblin above. Weapon skill 3 and strength 3 and 1 attack and initiative 3. And the wolf is movement 9, also has weapon skill 3 with 1 attack and initiative 3. So at least you can roll stuff at the same time. It gets mount protection 6 and light armor, so it's a 5 up to start with. Gets unruly, gets fast cavalry. You can give it a shield for 2 points, give it a bow for 2 points, or light lance, so you can put a combo if you want, and then you can pay for the full command options if you wish to do so.
Huh.
Limited 2 units in the army. This is a wonderful chaff unit. It's only challenges. It's in the special category.
Most are. I mean, though,
yeah.
The Orc and Goblin ones are. Check something real quick. Mortified slaves. These are not slaves.
No, the Hobgoblins are not slaves.
Hobgoblins are not slaves.
Right.
Okay. So you got no downside to taking them other than the unruly.
The unruly and the leadership.
Right. All right. That brings us to the Barrage category. We start with the Infernal Artillery.
Barrage.
It is a war machine. Toughness 4 with 5 wounds. 3 crew, weapon skill 4. Other than that, strength 3. Low initiative.
Got 5 wounds.
They do have they have a 5-up armor. The crew does.
Mm-hmm.
They are chosen of Asheruk. All right.
Okay.
Asheruk. Whatever. I'm going to change this pronunciation of that every time I say it.
That's okay.
They have a rock. You can take a rocket battery for 190. You can only take 2 of these. This weapon has 2 modes of fire.
Because the one's not good enough.
because the 190 points that most armies pay for
A single type.
a single type is just not good enough for dwarves. It's a catapult artillery weapon with the range of, it's catapult 1, so it only hits one model.
One guy.
6 to 48 inches, strength 7, multi-wound, D3, clipped wings. So it's kind of a bolt thrower.
That doesn't penetrate.
That's a bolt thrower that doesn't penetrate, but also doesn't take penalties for cover.
Yes.
And it's better than a bolt thrower because it's strength 7.
Yes.
A bolt thrower costs a lot less than 190 though.
Yeah.
Or you can be a catapult. It's an artillery weapon with 6 to 48 inch range. It is a little bit shorter range than most, which really affects you on your short range shot.
Yeah.
It has strength only 2, AP 1. A unit which suffers 1 or more casualties must immediately take a panic test just as it had suffered 25% casualties. Ooh. Okay.
Yes. So if it does get through.
And it's a 6. It's another one of these 6 ones.
Yes, it's a big
But
plate.
it is only strength 2.
Yeah.
But all it has to do is a single wound because of the panic check. That's kind of scary.
Yep.
At least they paid for this 6 with this strength being 2.
Yeah, there is that. Of course,
and a shorter range than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
So they're paying for it a little bit more than most people. I'll give them that.
Yes.
And the bound demon option did what? Was that the one that made you take panic checks at -1?
I don't remember. I have to go back.
Let's go back and check because that is kind of important.
Yes.
It's a special rule.
Wasn't it a special rule?
Wasn't it? Yeah, back up. Demonic infusion. I think this is what it is.
That's the other one. That wasn't demonic infusion, right?
Yeah, but I think it might be a misprint. I think this is what they're talking about. Demonic infusion does this, and they don't really talk about bound demon, which means you come infused with a demon.
Yeah.
Demonic infusion. I think that's what I think this
I think that's what it was.
needs to match the top. It's supposed to, but it doesn't. I believe.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was, but
Okay.
yeah.
The other option you can take is a volcano.
A volcano.
A volcano.
It's Italian.
A volcano cannon. For 160 points, you can take 0 to 2 of these. So you can have 2 of each.
You get the points out of your 20%.
Yeah, okay. Maybe that's impossible. Maybe not. It's only 160. Flamethrower artillery with a range of 24. Strength 4. 5 for one target, I guess. Multi-wounds D3 for the hit. Yeah, it's a bolt thrower. No? Artillery weapon.
I don't know what that little...
Squigglies are?
It's not a bracket. Yeah, what's the...
Don't know what those mean.
I don't know what those mean either.
I think... I don't have any idea. Maybe it's at short range?
I don't know.
I don't either. I give up. I quit.
Someone's going to tell us what that means.
Help us.
Yeah.
And you can do the bound demon rule for 180.
Right.
Which I'm assuming is demonic infusion. You can let me know that too if you're
I thought there was another rule. Keep going.
Okay.
We'll see.
I don't think so.
Brings us to the Titan Mortar. There it is. I know it was
there is no other
someplace.
rule.
Yeah. A Titan Mortar, 305 points. A little pricey.
Okay.
However, it's toughness 4, but it's got an extra wounds, so 6 wounds. It's got 3 crew and an ogre slave, so it fights a little bit better. I'm not going to read all the crew stats.
I mean, you're going to be auto hit, so
Yeah, just when you fight back, at least you've got 6 attacks fighting back. 3 of them are strength 4.
Yep.
So if your light unit that's attacking them doesn't kill it, they may not do well. Heavy armor, chosen of Asherock, of course, and can take the bound demon for only 90 points, so half the points of the stuff above. Okay, it's a catapult with 4x4 artillery weapon, range of 6 to 48, strength of 4, 7 in the middle. Ooh, strength 4, nice. Multiple wounds, D3 clipped wings.
So it's the same price as it's 15 points more than it's 25 points more than a trebuchet.
Yes.
But it's a shorter range, same type here. It's not armor piercing. Okay. I'm with you so far.
Yep. And slightly better leadership. See, he gets an Ogre Slave. A model treats the rolls of jam 3 to 4 on the misfire table as a malfunction 5 up. So 3 to 4 is
miss a round of fire.
Miss a extra round of fire.
But it can still 1 or 2 and not shoot it.
Yeah. So basically, you'll only ever miss a turn that you're shooting if you don't blow yourself up. So not quite as over the top as another army we'll get to later.
Yes.
Earthquake Shells. Any unit that suffers 1 or more unsaved wounds from a weapon with this rule will count all terrain, including open terrain, as dangerous terrain 1. It must re-roll to hit rolls of 6. A war machine within 8 inches of a unit hit by a shooting attack from the model with this special rule must roll a d6 before shooting. On a 4+, it cannot shoot. These effects last until the end of the next player turn.
Okay.
So this is the old Earthquake.
Yeah, it is. This isn't so bad because you're usually not going to have units that are getting shot at near a war machine.
Well, the war machine's a unit, right?
It is.
So it just means
if you're counter batter firing or whatever.
It just means if you put like your war machines close together.
Correct.
That you could
hit one and affect the other.
Correct.
All right. And now we have the Bound Daemon rule.
Yes. Bound Daemon. Matt Damon's
tied up in the corner.
Brother.
This
yeah.
This is an upgrade for Infernal Artillery and Titan Mordor.
Mordor.
The model loses its crew. Substitute its characteristic troop type, base size, armor, and special rules with the following. Becomes a
creature.
It's a monster.
Monster.
With Thunderstomp.
As they say in the old
Weapon skill
Godzilla
4.
movies. Monster.
Ballistic skill 3, strength 5, tough 6, 5 wounds, 2 initiative, 5 attacks, leadership 9, innate defense 4.
That makes a monster.
Otherworldly, unbreakable, move or fire. There's your demonic infusion.
Yes.
And demonic fury. At the beginning of each friendly player turn, must make a leadership test. If the test is failed, it gains random movement 3d6 until the end of the player turn. And must move towards the closest enemy unit in the movement phase.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the demonic infuse does a lot. That Bound Daemon does a lot more than just the demonic infusion.
Yes. Just
it gives you a
trifle bit more.
It gives you a 4-up armor and a 5-up ward. Makes you unbreakable.
Yes. Toughness 6.
Toughness 6. Strength 5. 5 strength 5 attacks.
So you trade your strength 3 attacks for strength 5 attacks?
Yeah, that's not that tough, is it? Ooh, that's scary. I mean,
but it's coming out of 2 different categories also in points.
Barrage and bound and binders. Okay, so, it is.
So this is a way for you to use your old what was that?
Hell cannon.
Yeah, Hell cannon.
Well, that's the Titan mortar thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the Titan mortar is the old Earthshaker from the earlier edition.
Oh, correct.
And then the Bound Demon, you put it on top of that, then you have that big model.
Right.
Just how it seems to me, but
100 by 150. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, brings us to the gunnery team. The 100 points, 0-2 per army. It's only got 4 wounds though, so toughness 4 with 4 wounds, 2 crew, and they get infernal armor, so 5-up armor save. It counts as a volley gun. D6, 2d6.
Armor, 4-up armor save, right?
4-up armor save. I'm sorry. D6, 2d6, or 3d6. So your choice.
It's your choice. Take your pick.
The range 24, strength 4, armor piercing 1, and has hard target.
So it's a mini Hellblaster.
It's
or whatever they call it now.
Yeah, a volley gun.
Volley gun's down 1 strength.
It's down 1 strength, and it's cheaper.
3d6 strength 4 AP with 1. That's pretty good. For 100 points?
And so you have the choice with the dice if you're afraid of misfiring, I guess.
Well, you can't misfire all. I mean, well, I guess you can on 3 dice.
On 3 dice.
Or 2 dice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can't blow up unless on 3 dice, right?
I'm not sure.
Was it?
I think the one.
If you misfire
one
on
is
2,
minus
that's
one.
-1 to hit, and then...
No, 1 is -1 to hit.
Oh, okay.
So I think
Yeah.
2 or 3 can blow you up. Anyway.
So you have the choice, but yeah, that's very nice.
It is. Then we have the Hobgoblin Bolt Thrower for 90. Tough 4 with 4 wounds. And it's a bolt thrower. 2 Hobgoblin crew. Artillery weapon,
It's only got 4
range
wounds.
48. It does only have 4 wounds, and it does only have 2 crew.
Yeah.
So it's down from a normal bolt thrower.
Yeah, which twice has 4 wounds.
48-inch range, strength 3, 6, multi-wounds D3, AP 6. So otherwise,
That's very
standard.
inexpensive.
It's an expensive bolt thrower. I mean, the same price as most bolt throwers. Sorry. Standard bolt throwers,
Right.
we'll say.
Our screen just freaked out. What was that all about?
It just decided to half
Yeah,
shift.
I don't know. Okay. Brings us to the Bound and Binders.
Okay, doke.
I went to Kinko's and I bound and binded my rule book. I guess. Is that what it's referring to?
I think so.
Yeah, max 35% of your army. So the first one is this really terrible unit, the Disciples of Lugar, 130 points.
Or Lugar.
Lugar, yeah.
Lugar.
They all have Lugars. they worship their Lugar. The P08 Lugar, yes. The 0-2 units per army. The start as 5 models. You can add up to an additional 20. You can have 25 models at 24 points a model.
Okay.
Movement is 3. Weapon skill is 4. Ballistic skill 3. Who cares? Strength toughness 4. 1 wound, initiative 2. 1 attack, leadership 9. So 1 strength 4 attack. That doesn't seem so bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
We got paired weapons. So now I've got 2 strength 4. Now I'm at initiative 3 like most people.
Okay.
Okay. Then I get relentless, sturdy, and Asheruk.
Oh, relentless and sturdy. Sturdy means you're +1 strength on the charge, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that makes me a little stronger in the charge. So now I got 2 of those. But then I get otherworldly, so I got a 5 up ward save. I'm fireborn, 2 up against flaming. I'm unbreakable, and I have volcanic embrace, so I get an extra stomp attack. And I have demonic possession. The model gains frenzy and can never lose it.
Oh, okay. So now you're up to 3 strength 5 attacks on the
Yes,
charge.
plus technically 4 because you get the.
We got to live for the volcanic embrace, I guess.
That's true because they're going to wipe out all these guys. So paired weapons can exchange for a great weapon. I don't know why you would do that, but I guess you could.
You could. That makes it a pretty
you still
really
get 2. Hard. Yeah.
How many foot units do you see hitting you at strength 7 on the charge?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, this they've toned this unit down. They've still got a lot more toning to do. As far
the
as
numbers have gone down a little bit because I've faced units of 30 of these before.
Yeah, they keep that, and they've adjusted the volcanic embrace.
And it went from initiative 10 to 0, correct?
Yeah.
Which, anyway, still a good unit.
Yeah.
I guess it compares to the comparison is the Dwarven Berserker guys.
Yeah, it's basically the flaming version of them.
I think they're better though.
They are better.
Anyway, okay.
They don't strike no matter if they die or not, but
right.
Still it's.
But they're unbreakable and
this was a new unit for this army. I don't think it needed it, but it's interesting. It's actually one of the few that they've added a unit to the army, and you see it in most of the armies. It tells you something.
Gains frenzy and can never lose it.
Yeah.
Okay. Condemned Titan for 600 points. You can only have 1 of these. What a shame.
Yeah.
Movement 8, weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 3, strength 7, tough 6, wound 6, 5 initiative, 6 attacks, and an 8 leadership.
At least it's got poor initiative. Oh wait, for a monster.
It is only 5.
Yeah, for a monster.
Well, I compare it to the other thing. What is it? The Scourge of Wrath.
I compare it to a treeman.
Oh, don't do that. That's not a good comparison for you.
This thing will burn down that guy.
It's an 8 defense 5, so it's only got a 5 up armor and a 5 up ward. It is instability, demonic instability, so you can beat it in combat res.
Yes, you can crumble it.
Otherworldly, fireborn, and it has the volcanic embrace.
So extra attack.
I'm glad this volcanic embrace isn't at the model's strength.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. It has frenzy, so that goes up to 7 attacks actually. Yes. Oh no, I'm wrong. Each time the model fails a frenzy test, it adds +1 attack to the additional attacks granted by frenzy. If frenzy is lost at any time, so are these additional attacks. Oh, So if you fail a frenzy check, you basically, your frenzy now adds +2 attacks.
Yeah.
And if you fail another one, then you +3 attacks.
You're a leadership bait. You're not going to fail too many of those.
Yeah, you're going to try.
But you are going to keep that out of the bubble to hoping that you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is the Lord of Flame.
The Lord of Flame.
The model gains divine attacks against models with Fireborn. Okay. So that's actually... No, I guess you have...
You re-roll your 2 up?
No, it's not flaming. Unless Volcanic Embrace makes you...
No, I'm talking about Lord of the Flame. Divine attacks against... you get to re-roll your...
Yeah, but are you flaming attacks?
He doesn't... Oh, I assumed he was flaming.
Volcanic
He's Fireborn.
Embrace.
Doesn't that mean he's flaming?
No. Yeah, he gained flaming attacks with the Volcanic Embrace.
Okay, something did, yeah.
So because of that, you have flaming attacks, and now you're... This is not that big of a deal.
No.
It just means he has to roll his 2 up.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not worth having.
It's almost... Yeah.
This was always a scary monster.
It's a little less scary than it used to be.
It's not as scary as it was. I actually think they've kind of put this in a good space. Something you got to pay attention to, but it's not going to destroy your entire army all by itself.
It's going to hurt.
It is going to hurt.
Because, I mean, he's got...
That initiative's ridiculous.
I mean, he's probably got 7 attacks with a really good initiative for a monster.
Yeah.
A good weapon skill. And then he's got the Volcanic Embrace. So he's going to hit 3 or 4 models with it based on this thing. And then he's going to have Thunderstomp if you're not Cav. So I don't think he's worrying too much about this demonic instability.
Oh, no, he's not worried about the demonic instability at all.
So it's a pretty good monster.
Oh, it is. It is. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's not... it's been toned down.
It has been toned down from what it was over powerful before.
Yeah.
Because it also used to, if you remember, it used to have that -1 to be wounded thing going on.
Okay, brings us to the Kadim Incarnates. Nice, so you can use your Forge World models. 330 points for 3 of them. You can add up to 3 models for 110 points each, 0 to 3 per army. They are monstrous infantry. They move 6. They fly 6.
Yep, they do.
They have weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 3, strength is 5, toughness is only 4, 3 wounds, initiative 4, 3 attacks, 7 leadership.
Monstrous infantry with initiative 4.
Yeah, well, they don't get dual hand weapons like some other monsters.
Right, so they made up for it by giving them higher
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
anyway.
innate defense 5, so 5 up armor save.
Disgust in my voice?
Yeah, well.
Just checking. Just want to make sure it's coming through.
It's always nice to watch your Knight Lance charge into half the units in the game and they strike before you do. Yeah. Demonic instability, otherworldly, fireborn, volcanic embrace. Just give them an extra stomp. They cause fear.
They do.
And they fly. And you can give them a champion. At least they're not scoring.
So I'm not sure the points, but these guys are kind of comparable, except for the flying thing, to the Shabti guys. Except they have
they're not as
they
expensive.
have a 5-up ward save though.
Yeah.
And the Shabtis have a 4-up armor and a no ward.
Yes.
These guys are even faster and fly, and they cost less.
Yeah. No, these guys are really good.
How is that?
At least you can only have 6 of them.
Because you can only get 3 attacks each out of these?
Yeah.
Oof. Okay.
You take that item and grow them back.
These are good for the price. Really good for the price.
I think they're really good for the price. I mean, they were crap before, so they
were
gone the other way.
Because you remember they used to have that.
Yeah, they would die. They would kill themselves. Yeah.
All right, that brings us to the Infernal Engine for 460 points. It's a single model with only one per army. It's a movement 6, strength 6, toughness 7, wounds 7, and 2 initiative. It has 3 crew, which are dwarves, standard dwarf stats.
Yes.
It has a 3-up armor.
Yep.
It is unbreakable.
Yep.
It is a towering presence. It has impact hits +1, so d6 +1, strength 6. It has grinding attacks of d3, and it has demonic infusion.
Yes.
Full steam ahead. During the compulsory move subphase, an infernal injury may opt to engage its boiler. If it does so, for until. Okay, the end of the player turn. Get rid of this for until.
Yeah.
Or the 4. Until the end of the player turn, the unit may not shoot and gains random movement 3d6 with the following exception. It cannot move into base contact with a unit that was not within its Infernal Engine's front arc before the initial pivot. This needs to apply to everything with random movement.
Yep, I would agree with that. So they got this part of it right.
This thing is... Whoever came up with this should apply that to everything. Please.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Well, you know, a steam tank should be able to pivot on a dime and charge something behind it.
Exactly.
It's ponderous. Fucking ponderous. Anyway, the Infernal Engine may not declare charges, pursuit, or overrun. Okay. So this is the Infernal Dwarves steam tank.
Yes.
Must take one of the following. Shrapnel guns. It's a volley gun, D6 plus 2, artillery weapons with a range of only 18, but strength 6 volley gun. Quick to fire, multi-wounds, D3. Holy crap! You know, an ogre player does not want to run into this thing.
Yeah, but you're paying a lot of points for a shooting thing.
Yeah, but it's still, once it gets into combat, it's still fine.
It's not good in combat.
No? D3 grinding and...
3.
Oh, yeah, 3 dwarves.
3 strength, 3 attacks.
And D3... Don't forget the D3 grinding.
And it's a chariot, so it doesn't get any stomps.
Or get rid of the shrapnel guns.
There you go.
And go with steam hammers.
Now you're seeing it.
Grinding attacks, 3d3. Infernal Engine only. So, I guess my question is, this replaces this? I'm guessing so.
I'm assuming it does.
Because it doesn't say plus.
Yes.
Plus 3d3. So I'm assuming this replaces this. Okay.
That's my assumption, but you can never be sure with the Infernal Dwarves.
Demonic Infusion. Demonic Infusion. Okay. That was this rule, right? Is that the Demonic Infusion?
No, that's the other one, right?
Oh, that's the one about the shooting,
Yeah, that was Demon Bound. Yeah.
Bound Demon, okay. So, Demonic Infusion. Okay. So, yeah. Oops. Went past it. There we go. So, if you take the shrapnel guns... if a unit of cav charges you, you're in for trouble.
Yeah.
Because you still have D3 strength 6 grinding. But that's your only defense, except your 3 little strength 3 attacks here.
Yes.
And you're just stuck there forever.
Yes.
But you take the steam hammer, and those cav aren't coming anywhere near you.
Yeah, what's the future? 3d3 strength 6 attacks.
It's only strength 6.
It's only 6
on
average.
Strength 6. Auto hits.
Yeah.
Don't forget the auto hits.
I didn't forget it.
Okay. All right. This brings us to another awesome guy.
I'm gonna let you, even though it's my turn, I'm gonna let you read this one because you love this guy so much.
All right. For 300 points, we have the Armored Giant. He's you only have 3 of them. You are limited.
Yeah.
Same stats as a normal giant: strength 6, tough 5, 6 wounds, 3 initiative, and 10 leadership, and a little star for your attacks. He has infernal armor, so it's a giant in plate mail. So it's a 4-up armor. That actually makes him a lot better than most other giants.
Yeah, instead of being total crap, he's just crap.
Okay. If you want to go that route.
Yes.
He's immune to psychology. He's stubborn. And this is the normal random attacks from the giant that you'll see on every other giant. It is not good.
It's not good.
It is not good.
It can be good.
If you roll the right number, it can be fantastic.
Yes. If you could pick these attacks, it would be fantastic.
If you could pick these attacks, the price would have to go up.
And then it'd be fantastic.
Because you can charge any monster you want. And what does it take? This smash, was it? Yes. Mm-hmm. Take the smash, you do 1 wound, and he can't attack.
Yeah. If he hasn't attacked already.
Oh, well, if he has, then you just suffer through 1 round of attacks. And you just smash him every turn. He can never attack you again.
Yes, yes.
Until somebody comes and helps him.
If he doesn't kill you.
If he doesn't kill you on the first round.
Yeah.
But he got 6 wounds, so he probably won't.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you pick what you're doing, it's pretty good. If you don't, not so good.
Giants are bad.
Giants are bad. The problem is you charge, and this smash that I'm just talking about is so fantastic. Well, now charge this giant into a unit of ogres, or get charged by a unit of ogres, and like, oh look, I rolled my smash. That's great, isn't it? No. Doing one wound to a unit.
Yes.
Is not so great.
No, it's just bad.
Anyway.
And you get the bellow when you're trying to actually fight something.
And now you get something unbreakable and you yell at it.
So
great.
Or just generally, you actually want to fight them. You
right.
can't.
Or you actually, yeah. The fun one is when you go in with some other unit, you do like 20 wounds to the unit, and this guy yells at it, so now they lost at -2, not -20.
Yeah.
It's a nice little bonus.
Exactly.
Poor giant.
My favorite was the game I saw. I think it was you.
Yeah,
Two giants ran in, and
yes.
2 ones got rolled.
No, that was because I'm looking at this chart and I'm like, oh, this chart is fantastic. I ran 2 giants because the thump is 2d6 wounds.
Yes.
If you fail your initiative test, 2d6 wounds with REP 6. I charged a steam tank with 2 giants.
Yep.
And they both yelled.
Yep. That was the game, yes.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was fun. I laughed for a long time at just the image of what that would actually look like. Of
Yeah.
2 giants running up there and just bending down and yelling at a steam tank. But
Yeah, it's...
wasn't so happy with the result.
Giants are bad.
Giants are bad. And then we have the quick reference sheet, which is way broken for this army.
So the unit has...
The army's been toned down from what it was.
It has. It's not as broken as it was in the earlier editions.
Correct.
It's still light on options compared to some armies because it was never... It's based on the old ones from GW, which was never fleshed out.
Correct.
So, yeah, it's got some really good shooting. I still think those Luger guys are a little much.
The Disciples of Luger.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And I don't mind that it has really good shooting. I mean, it's supposed to be a shooty army. I don't mind that it has access to magic. I think that's okay. I think giving the bonus points for magic items to the characters, especially since they already come with all the armor they need, is excessive.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think...
And then I don't like a number of the special dwarf rules because I think they're just adding too much to an army that doesn't need it.
Well, this one doesn't have the shield wall rule.
Correct.
But they all have plate mail.
Yes.
So, I mean, not all, but...
a good chunk of them.
A good chunk of them have plate mail.
And that blunderbuss needs some help still. They need to figure that thing out.
The blunderbuss could use a little bit of help. The war machines I was not thrilled with before, but the shorter range kind of tones that down a little bit.
Especially since you have an engineer.
But if you have the engineer, it bumps it back up again,
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, not the range, but it gives them the
And
other
if you
ballistic
want,
skill.
you can use up some points. You can turn them into monsters. So I mean, you have some options with them to do some different builds. Their monstrous infantry is a bit over the top. The incarnate guys.
Yeah, they're a little cheap for what they are, aren't they?
Yeah, for the price.
But they do not. Again, the downside, of course, is they do not go above 3 attacks per model.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. You still rank them up twice, and you're still getting 6 per 40 millimeters. So
you are. What was the? And you can only do 6 in a unit.
Yeah, that's their limitations.
And there's a limitation there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And frankly, some of the other monsters, if they was that small, that would work too. But yeah, I just think they're slightly too much.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I think this army's been nerfed a bit.
It has been. I mean, they've worked it. There's just a few things. There's a few internal balance challenges. It doesn't have as many as a lot of armies, only because it doesn't have enough units.
Right. Yeah.
To have that problem.
The Torok. I actually like these guys a little bit. I don't know. I think I would use these.
I'm not a fan because of the other guys are just so good.
I mean, I'm looking at them as
coming out of the same category.
But so much more.
They are twice as much. But you get. I think they're doing.
But these are little cheap scoring units.
Yeah.
Fast. I mean, relatively fast, cheap scoring units. So I like these for what they are. I mean, I can see taking 5 of these for 170 points because I'm going to give them shields. Now I have a 3 up armor, movement 7 thing. It's like Boar Riders.
And you're going to pay for paired weapons or light lance also.
Probably going to pay for maybe. I may not pay for anything because they have 2 attacks at strength 5 as it is, and I'm just using them as cheap
on the charge. Yeah,
I'm just using them as cheap things to clear chaff and scoring.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good unit. I actually like this because of that.
I like them more than I like the Hobgoblins.
Yes. Hobgoblin's just the low leadership really kills them.
Yeah.
And these guys are leadership 9. They're not going anywhere.
No, they're not. I mean, they're going to lose to anything that's serious, but...
But they're not. They're only 160 points. They're not fighting anything serious.
Yeah.
I mean, the point equivalent, they'll do okay against.
Yeah.
Tough 4 with 4 up armor.
Yeah, probably give them the paired weapons, I think.
I'm sorry, 3 up armor. Right? 5, 4, 3. Yeah.
If you give them the shield, yeah.
Yeah, and I think you do. And I don't think you even bother. Like I said, I would keep them dirt cheap. Yeah, I like them. Immortals are good. The Orc Slaves are dirt cheap.
They're not cheap enough, I don't think.
But they gotta be nearby.
Yeah, I don't think they're cheap enough for what you're doing with them. You know what they don't have anymore? This is interesting.
What's that?
They don't have the Iron Orc, Black Orc equivalents.
They do not. That's been gone.
Yeah.
For a while.
It's funny.
The Citadel Guard, I think, are Infernal Warriors. I mean, this is what the what is it? What's the replacement now for the Longbeards? This is kind of like the Longbeard versus Dwarf Warrior equivalent.
They've done the same thing.
Yeah. So there's.
I think
These guys are so much. These guys are better enough that why take them? And it's like the Orcs versus the Biggins. You know, or
absolutely
the Ed Bashers.
Yeah. No, you're always going to take the better guys unless there's a reason you want to take blunderbusses.
Correct. And the reason to take blunderbusses is you want
you
have a bunch of guys with blunderbusses.
Yes, that's about the only reason.
And you don't want to call them hand weapons.
And you don't want to call them flintlock axes.
Yes. Okay.
I may have to glue like little halberd heads at the bottom on like bayonets on my blunderbuss and call them flintlock axes. Maybe that would work.
Those blunderbusses are pretty big.
Yeah, and I love those models too.
They're fantastic models.
Yeah.
Okay.
They need to fix the blunderbuss, though. It's not good.
They need to do a little bit with it. I mean, it's gone all over. It's been all over the place.
It has been.
So again, I think the character is a little over top with the extra points.
I mean, it's not. This army used to be one of the super broken armies in the game. They really toned it down a lot, so it's not overly broken. It's just got a few things that are probably a little much.
Right.
But I won't say that they're like crazy bad.
No, I don't think this is an overtop army anymore.
Yeah, I don't think.
At one point I did.
I do think there's a few things are a little bit much, but nothing.
You know what a good indication of this thing?
You don't see as many as
not being overtop. Blondebeard's no longer playing it.
That's true. That's true. What's he playing now?
Don't know.
Has he moved on the Beast Herds yet?
He played Empire for. I don't know why he doesn't play Beast Herds. Yeah. I don't think he must not have a Beast Herd or an Undying Dynasty army.
Must be it.
Sorry, Blondebeard. Anyway, yeah, the army got nerfed a bit, and I think it needed it, and I think it's about where it needs to be now. Other than I said that few tweaks and it's there.
A few tweaks. Some things need to be bumped a little bit.
Yeah, this banner is really good.
Yes,
this bottom banner is really good for the price.
Yeah, the points are too little, but there's nothing wrong with the item. It's just undercosted.
Correct. Just
like the other one, it wouldn't be bad if it was a lot cheaper.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, and thick. This needs to be fixed.
The blunderbuss, yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah,
that needs to go.
That's probably the worst of the bad things. And yeah,
this is the bad thing in this army is the blunderbuss.
Yeah.
Needs to be worked with. It is a strength 4 quick to fire weapon though, but it's only shooting range of.
It's only got 12.
That's the penalty.
That's and you've got basically 2 shooting modes. It's try to.
Well, the other shooting mode is only 8.
Yeah, and part of me I used to like the old. It used to be 12, and it was kind of neat, but you'd be surprised how many arguments you could get into on measuring straight ahead on your flank lines, whether the line was straight or not.
It's amazing how many straight ahead lines.
Yeah, and as far as is it covering that base? Is it clipping that base or not?
Right.
It was always
Because you could
entertaining.
see this whole thing here, where it's 3, 6,
Right.
10, 11. You call this 11 in a game, this can go anywhere from 4
Yep.
to the unit.
Exactly. Just how people want to call things.
Correct.
So they probably should just, even though it's an old, an old rule from the old game, they probably should just do away with this template thing and treat it like they do other templates.
Correct.
Just give it, a 6x6.
Give it
or
like an artillery thing.
whatever.
Yeah.
Or make the size, based on the size of the unit or something like that. Yeah, that'd be the easy way to do it.
Right.
He let it shoot more than 8 inches, but so.
Anyway.
Can you go down? I'm sorry.
Oops.
I just want to double
Where am I
check
going?
something.
How
Back
far
down
down?
to that unit that has to the core.
Okay, thank you. You're gonna have to give me some direction
Yes,
here
yes.
somewhere.
So
What do
they
we-
can
the
take
unit that has the
so they
what?
can still take the shield and this. So they can have heavy armor shield. So they get parry
Mhm.
and have a high weapon skill but low
Wow.
ballistic skill, and get their blunderbusses. But yeah,
I mean, the blunderbuss is dirt cheap.
it is. It has to be.
So if you're not going to give them great weapons, I think the blunderbuss is an automatic choice if you're not
Yeah,
giving them great weapons.
because they're so cheap.
Because it
But
costs next to nothing.
yeah, it's just this doesn't do much. If you want the blunderbusses,
Of course, it does cost against the Hail of God's Glory category.
yes, and there are other things that you might want.
So, all right.
So yeah,
So I'm a thumbs up with this army. I think
Okay.
it's good. I think a couple things need tweaked up, and at least, not a couple. I think like you said, we talked about, the blunderbuss needs a tweak up, and the characters and maybe the monstrous infantry, maybe slight tweak down.
right, and then
It's not that bad of an army list right now.
maybe they need to fix the slaves a little bit, and
I was looking forward to really bashing this army. It came out really good.
that emblem even kind of looks like Blondbeard.
Is that his picture?
Yeah. I wonder if he's sad for that. We're just wearing a funky hat.
No. That is him.
It's a bad hair day.
It's a bad hair day.
Yeah.
So anyway, thumbs up from me on this army.
Yeah, thumbs up for me.
Thank you for listening.
Till next time.